Well, I have nothing else to do and I'm bored, so I figured I'd make a video on my new car. This is a 1980 Lincoln Continental town car. No, it is not a Lincoln town car. This is a Lincoln Continental town car. 1 year only, as you can see. So this is a pretty rare car. This particular one is also equipped with the 351 Windsor, or 5.8 liter, I believe, if you want to use stupid European. I have long wanted a 1980. I have sort of a strange fascination with first year cars. Like, I always wanted a 1990 Lincoln Town Car, and I will likely get one. I like the 92 Grand Marquis, stuff like that. I like first year cars, I don't know why, but this car, I saw it for sale and I had to have it. I only paid $1,000 for it, which, to be honest, is a little bit high considering the cosmetic condition. But it's such a rare car, I couldn't really pass it up. This car does run, not right now. I have it apart right now. I'm in the process of putting a new timing set and water pump in it. So you can see it's a little bit disassembled. Got the new timing cover on, or well, old timing cover with new gasket. So you can see. This is a carbureted motor. Sort of originally had the 2700, I believe, variable Venturi carburetor. When I got it, it's already been swapped to a Motorcraft 2150. So I will likely be rebuilding this carburetor and keeping it, because this is a good carburetor. The 351W never came with the central fuel injection system on these Fords, Mercurys, Lincolns, the Panther platform cars. So not something you need to worry about. One way to identify if it's a 351 or a 302 car is the fender. If it's a 302 car, it'll have a badge here that says electronic fuel injection. Have the interior disassembled a little bit right now, but you can see this car, being a town car, has the cool 2 year only storage armrests. This was included only on 1980 and 1981 models. For 1981, it was only on Town Car Signature Series. And for 1980, it was only on Town Cars. Regular Continentals, sans Town Car did not feature this, although Mark VI did feature it. The dash pad is in very nice shape on this car. The grille has fallen in just a little bit, but it's not bad. This door panel is pristine. It's dirty, but great shape. Has some shitty tint I need to take off. This door panel is okay. It's got a split there, a little one there, but it's not bad. Unfortunately, I'm probably just going to have to deal with it, because the chances of me ever finding another set of these 2 year only rare door panels is, in this particular color and in good condition, is probably next to none. So I will likely never find another set. So this, being a town car, has the upgraded seats. They're very nice and comfy. Got some embroidery on them. And also, being a 1980, this is a 1980-81 only thing, you get wood grain on your vents. Would you look at that? Isn't that so? That is a very Malaise era feature right there, but I love it. That was gotten rid of in 82. This steering wheel was gotten rid of in 83, so 80 to 82 only. It's hard plastic. It is not vinyl like the steering wheel in my 89 over there. I actually do prefer the vinyl one, but this one is, I'm probably going to keep it original. A lot of this stuff I'm going to keep original just because, for the sake of preservation, I guess. This is such an unusual car, and it has a lot of little oddball things to it that are specific to the early years, and I want to keep those things even if they're not necessarily in the best condition. Just, you know, so strange people like myself who are into these cars will have an example of how it was back in 1980. That is the original radio. Doesn't work, but I want to get it rebuilt because that's a 2-year only radio. In 82 they got rid of this. Well, it might be the same radio, but it's a black faceplate instead of silver. I like the silver faceplate. And it's also got the silver AC controls. This is a digital dash car. The gauges do not work, which is why they're out of the car right now. My buddy James is he was testing them for me. He took them back to his place. The glove box is in decent condition, actually. I'll probably just glue it back up or pin it back up, I don't know. It shuts nice though. The dash and the glove box are in great shape. It's really just the door panels, also the headliner screwed, but that's no big deal. Can redo that pretty easily. Now, one annoying thing is these visors. These are not going to be easy to reupholster because they have this vinyl edge around them. They got rid of that in later years. I don't know what year exactly. My buddy's 83 Continental Mark 6 had them, so maybe they got rid of them in 84 or 85. I don't really know. My 89 doesn't have them, so I might just pay an upholstery shop to do these, to be honest. I want to keep this style though, because it's specific to this car. But this car is a pretty loaded out model. This car was equipped with the digital dash, keyless entry. As you can see, it doesn't work, but I'll fix that. It's a town car, so you get these nice seats, although they are cloth. They're not leather, but I like cloth more actually, so I don't even mind. Both of my town cars, my 80s town cars, are cloth, so I don't know if the premium sound system was optional or not. This car does have a cassette player. You could get them without any sort of reader, or you could get it with an 8-track player. I am thankful this one's cassette because 8-track is pretty much useless nowadays. It's cool for the novelty, I guess, but I'd rather have cassette because then I can get one of those cassette to aux adapters and actually use my cell phone while having the original radio. This car also, being an early model, it's got this cool pillars, which are like, you get the carpeted lower to match the door panel. My 89 does not have that. This is also all padded vinyl. This is padded. This is padded. That's padded. This they got rid of in later years. I don't know when exactly, but my 89 doesn't have it. The A-pillar's padded. You can see it's peeling, but it's all padded. So you also get this cool plastic. This is plastic. It's not metal. Trim here. The wood grain. It's all fancy. The front driver's side door panel is also not bad. One little itty bitty split in the armrest there. Split here and there, and then one here. It's not really all that bad though. I'm probably going to tint the windows on this car. I'm not a huge fan of the way it looks on these cars, but the plastics in these cars are terrible. And they need all of the protection from UV that they can get. So I'm not really not going to bother with it on ooh, there's a hornet. He lives in the mirror. Ooh. Anyway, this car has been so rare with these door panels, I really want to prevent them from getting any worse. Because, like I said, I'll probably never be able to find a replacement. You can see there's actually a light in this, which is really neat. I don't think it works, but it's in there. And these are magnetic. They're not like a friction hinge like on a 90s model. So that's kind of neat. This is kind of screwed up. That there, I need to fix that. It's got both of these things. They're not even like loose either. And you can see this car also is optioned with automatic headlights, which is nice. Although I don't really like automatic headlights, to be honest. This also something I noticed, the steering wheel is bigger than the one in the those. I always thought those had kind of a comically tiny steering wheel for how large the car is. And these are more appropriately sized, I would say. They're still not like great, but it's more normal, you could say. This car does not have a reclining driver's seat. Yes, you could option these with a reclining passenger seat and not a reclining driver's seat. It looks like it's reclined, but it's not. It's just tilted because it does have a power bottom. I did already do the old PEX pipe mod on the doors, so they shut fairly nicely. Oh Lord, I had no idea there were that many of them. Oh bastards. Well, I was going to show you the rear door, but I'm too afraid to go near that door now, so I'll just show it to you from inside the car. This is the worst door panel on the car. It's been screwed with previously. It's got these, screwed with, I mean it is literally screwed. It's got these screws here in it. Those are not original. That one there, that's not original. There would have had one here too, but it's not there anymore, and it's kind of busted, so yeah. There's also a chunk missing out of it there. It's certainly not horrible though. I have definitely seen worse, but I might try and replace this rear one. I'm not sure. I don't know if maybe I could figure out a way to attach this to a later door panel that doesn't have this on it. I'm not sure. If I can't, then I'll just keep this one because I need to have this so it matches. Also, something really specific to the early years. Notice this is just like perforated masonite, which is funny. It has an aftermarket third brake light. This did not come with that factory. Wasn't required till 1985. Which you can see on like my 89 over here. This is carpet. Also, I made some speakers back here. It's nice and fancy. But that's what the factory third brake light would look like. And you can see I've got this goofy looking aftermarket one there. This car was equipped with the half vinyl top, as you can see. Coach roof, that was not standard. Believe it or not, for 1980, these cars had a lot of strange things that were not standard, you could say. You could get these really low spec if you wanted to. You could get these cars with those lamps there. Those are called coach lamps. A lot of people call them opera lights. You can do either, but technically in the brochure it's a coach lamp. You could order a 1980 with no coach lamps, and I'm serious. You could get them with no passenger side mirror, no reclining seats on either side, no like, or just an AM FM radio, no like tape deck, 8-track, nothing. You could get these really kind of stripped out for some reason. You can get them with no floor mats. It's kind of strange. A lot of that stuff was gotten rid of in 81. Like 81, they all had the coach lamps. I think they all had a passenger side mirror. But for 80, nope. You could get yourself a weirdly based. This car is a 2-owner car, best I can tell. Well, 3 if you count me. The person I bought it from, it was owned by his mother. And they bought it back in... Actually, I may as well just show you the title. Here's the title. But you can see, I like how the title says 1980 Lincoln. There's just no model. It's just an 80 Lincoln. But they bought this car in 1992. So it was, at that point, 12 years old. Also, this car came with this thing. I call it the fat ass buckle. Because if you're just so large that your seatbelt does not reach. That's funny. But yeah, that was there. This car was also equipped with a factory two-tone. This is the original factory paint color. This is not the original paint, but it is the factory color. You can actually see the original paint coming through here. And then this here is a repaint. The sides were also redone. The sides are actually, honestly, in really not bad condition in terms of the paint. It's really just the top that looks terrible. I am going to do a sort of a mini restoration on this car. I'm going to strip it down. I'm going to repaint it in factory paint colors. Any sort of rust it has, I'm going to fix. I want this car to look really nice because it's such a rare vehicle. It's got the old square hood ornament, not the skinny one. has these terrible aftermarket lamps here that just don't have the Lincoln insignia in them. In the factory, it would have had this floating insignia here like the tail lamp, but you just don't get that for those aftermarket fronts for some reason. Now, this is a Michigan car. Well, it was originally from New Mexico, and then it was brought to Michigan in 1992. So it has some rust, unfortunately. Now, none of it's serious. The worst of it is probably this rear bumper is toast. It's rotted through there, it's rotted through there. But the worst of it, yeah, there's hardly anything left here, so this bumper is gonna need to go. My buddy James has a good one that he said he'd sell me. So there's also a small hole in the trunk pan. Nothing serious. See, the rest of it's pretty solid. I'm sure you Southerners are having a heart attack right now seeing all this scaly surface rust, but for me this looks totally fine. Oh, what do you know, there's another hole there. I never even noticed that. Huh. Well, that's gonna need fixing too. No biggie. But in terms of holes under the car, that's it. Just the bumper support and that floor pan. Now this quarter, it's gonna need the bottoms of the quarters on both sides. That's a little bit rotted out there. This side's not as bad, but I want it to be perfect, so I'm gonna do that one too. And that's it, that's the only rust on it, so it's not bad, I can live with that. But yeah, there you have it. There's my 1980 Lincoln Continental Town Car. This is a very unusual vehicle. Oh, and I am going to replace the top, obviously. This is, I don't know if this is the original top or not. It looks almost like it's red, which is kind of weird. It almost also looks like it was spray painted at one point, like a light color, like the sides. I don't know why. This car was originally a car that had the dark brown top, dark brown upper, and then the light brown middle section. And that's what I'm going to be keeping it as when I redo it. And you can see it's also got this interesting paint stripe. Most of it is just the same color as the lower, although you can hardly tell with the fading. And then there's a thin red stripe right through the center. So I'll have to get that reproduced by a decal shop. Also, something that's kind of interesting about the early cars, I don't have the keys on me so I can't show you, but this car has trunk struts, no torsion springs. It has little gas shocks that hold the trunk up. They're dead, of course, but I thought that was kind of interesting. The top of this roof is also padded, as you can see. Is that a hole? No. But this is padded, believe it or not. On my 89, it's not. Just bare metal. It's only padded on the sides on the 89 for some reason. Cheap cost cutting, I guess. There is some rust under the roof, I'm sure. Like I can... Oh yeah, there's 100% a hole there. Oh yeah. So there's a hole there for sure. There's some rust here, but it's no big deal. Fix it all up. I want to keep this car as original as I can. So the interior, I'm gonna have to redo the headliner obviously, but the rest of it I'm gonna stay exactly how it is right now. Body panels, I'm not gonna replace any of them. I guess the rear bumper is gonna have to go, but you know, oh well. The motor and transmission I want to keep original. Not gonna throw something else in it like I did with this car. And it's gonna stay 351 2-barrel. Now, one thing I'm not gonna be keeping original is that variable Venturi carburetor. That is not going back on here anytime soon, so yeah. I am gonna be changing the wheels too. This car has, I don't know what it had from the factory. I have to order a Marty report, but now it has these steel wheels and these horrible, hideous, heinous, disgusting, absolutely just, I hate them. Simulated wire wheel covers, they're just horrible. Those are gonna go. I don't know if they're original to the car or not because they have LTD centers. And the guy I bought this from had about like 3 80s LTDs just sitting in his yard, so I have no idea. Maybe, I suspect at some point they may have swapped on the wheels and tires from an LTD. Maybe just because I had better tires, who knows. But regardless, those wheels are not sticking around because I have a nice set of these honeycomb lacy spoke wheels. So yeah, that's all there is to it really. That's just an introduction of my